What is going on, gentlemen? Let me get something really quick. I wanted to show you something. You see this? This right here is a little piece of plywood. Why am I showing you this? We're talking about AI today. AI. What is AI? You know, is my door closed? Okay. To somebody who's not aware, this might look like a schizophrenic episode or, you know, something like that. But yeah, this is a sheet of, what is that, 3/4 inch? Or is that inch? No, this is inch. This is inch for sure. I don't have a ruler, but I think this is inch. Anyways, piece of plywood right there. We got to talk about AI, guys. AI is coming. AI is coming. What? Oh, why is AI coming? I don't know. No, I do know. AI is coming, boys. AI is a real thing. It's already here. Let's be honest. It's already here, the AI. It's made its way. And the thing is, it wants to take everybody's jobs. You know, it's coming after the truckers' jobs. It's coming after the, people who work the fast food restaurants. Maybe it's not going to make the burgers, but you can already walk into a restaurant and they have the little screen right there. You just select whatever you want. Oh, yeah, let me get a Big Mac and some fries. And then the AI, it's actually a very simple procedure. Maybe this isn't directly AI, but you know what I'm getting at here. So very slowly this thing is trickled in, and they're giving us a little bit of time, because their technology has to reach a certain level before it can actually take over. Like, think of Ubers. Just think of an Uber. Do you remember the first think back when Uber came about? When there was an Uber and then Uber came about. Oh, there's no more taxi jobs. Well, there is. But now you have to work for Uber. And if you work directly as a taxi, well, it's just a bit harder now, I think. But that's the thing. And so now comes the new thing where now they're taking over the Uber driver's job. They just buy a frickin' Waymo. I don't know if you guys know what Waymos are. Here in the city, there's these white cars. They're usually like a Jaguar. It's like a little SUV, and it's got all these little cameras running around it. Very weird. I remember the first time I saw one of those things, I thought it was a fever dream. I thought I was just hallucinating. What is that? What is that, guy? And then you turn to see, and there's nobody driving it. What the heck, man? But there's Waymos. And these guys are everywhere, man. Like, they're starting to set up car meets, bro. You can go to, you'll see them going, they'll be cruising around and shit. It's interesting, these little Waymos. I mean, I guess they're, taking peeper? What the frick? This is raw, guys, so I'm not editing this, by the way. If you haven't noticed, I hope I'm being paced enough to where I don't really care about what do you call it, retention for this. Because, dude, if you lock in for retention, by the way, the obsession with locking in is funny to me, but if you lock in so much to the attention, oh, dude, this has got to be you got to take a break from that. And that's why I make these long form videos here. What were we talking about? The Waymo. Brother, the Waymo. Okay. So the Waymos are setting up little car meets, and this might sound very scattered, but don't worry about a thing. We're going to... That's a song. We're going to... I can't remember the artist, and it's bugging me. If somebody can remember the artist, please let me know. Remind me. Anywho. The Waymos are setting up their little car meets. They're doing the cruises. But what's happening is it's just a little AI car at the end of the day. It's got cameras around it, and it's making decisions. It's got its little computer brain, and it's making all the decisions. Where there's a child. Ask a Waymo. Give the Waymo I'm gonna draw it out for you guys right here. The predicament we all see. We've all seen it. Which one would you rather choose? I've got this old ass pen here. I've still got Still got some ink in it. So right here, piece of paper. Okay, beautiful. One right there. And then there's a, how's it go again? Yeah, it's like that. And then this, something like that. And then there's a little thingy-majiggy. And then right there, there's a, this is the worst pen on earth. I'm like, can you guys see that? You guys can't even see that. Let me go get a Sharpie. Give me a second, boys. You guys have to get my point, like, across into your brains. Because otherwise, it's, I mean, what are we doing here, right? By the way, how are you guys? Are you guys doing okay? I hope you're doing fabulous. I mean that in the manliest way possible. So here you have your little line, right? So let me start drawing this out. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. Beautiful. Sharpies smell good. Yum, yum. Okay. So here's the little predicament. I hope this is detailed enough so where you can understand it. This looks utterly chopped. Oh my goodness. It's okay. Right here, there's a little stick, and then right here, you got like a, yeah. So there's one dude right here. I don't know why, the fake scenario, but you know, there's all the guys right here. So we're gonna do like 3 civilians, 3 normies, or whatever. They're all right here, laid on the rail. They're all laying down on the rails. They're all tied down. Some evil scientist tied them down. And right here, it's horrible drawing. Oh my gosh. This is not at all what a train would look like. But I hear a train a coming, like that Johnny Cash song. You guys know about Johnny Cash? All right, I love the guy. So, why is this guy so happy? You guys see that? Look at him. Why is he so happy? So right here, what we've got going on, there's a train a-coming, there's people on the rail right here, there's a dude right there, they're all tied up. Now, if you don't do anything, this train is just gonna kill these people. The train's coming, man. The train is coming. Draw a little arrow right there to signify that it's coming. As the AI is coming. The train is coming this way. So it's either this guy, this little dude right here, this little dingus, flips that switch, and if he doesn't flip that switch, these people are going to die. If he flips the switch, this guy dies. This is hard enough as it is for a human to decide what's the moral thing to do right here. I personally believe that if I was in this position, I don't know, I'd probably lock in, to be honest. But, like, put a Waymo in that position. Put a Waymo in that position. You guys ever been, I remember when I was in high school, and it would always be like some big-ass guy. For some reason. I'm still scrawny, but in high school I was even scrawnier. And these are super smudgy, I just realized. But there was always a big-ass dude. Just a big boy, you know, and I'd be like, what do you, I'd be shy, nervous, and whatever. You know, I was a very quiet, timid kid in school. But there would just be a guy, and he'd be like, what if I just, like, right now? Like, what would you do? I freaking hated that. That was, honestly, one of my biggest pet peeves that I had, you know, going to school. It just made me uncomfortable. Put a Waymo in that position. Put a girl on. Put a Waymo in that position. What's the Waymo gonna do? The Waymo, I personally believe, is not locked in, and maybe one day it is gonna be locked in. Maybe one day it's gonna get to the point where a Waymo can decide if it's gonna kill the individual or just let it kill the other people. But the moral thing is, or rather the thing is that the Waymo is gonna have to carry that. You have to program guilt into the Waymo. And we can stem off into so many other things right here, but we got to keep moving. So we're going to leave this thought, let this thought, you know, kind of stir up and cook up a little bit. But that's what's happening with the Waymos, man. And it's my belief alongside this, the further in time, I'm trying to sound intellectual, dude. The more time passes, the more that you're going to see these things become prevalent. And it's my belief that give it a couple years, man. Give it 5. Honestly, I really do think that this is highly possible that we will see the first iteration of these Waymos being sold, and it might not be Waymo directly, but these self-driving cars could just be sold to the public, and then you can just buy a freaking Waymo, and then it just parks itself in your driveway. Oh, Waymo. It's like it's gonna be a Uber that you just buy permanently. Who's gonna want that? Especially like think of getting dropped off at a concert or an event. There's no parking. I don't want to pay for parking. Just go back home, dude. Come pick me up in a bit. You tell her to come pick you up. It locks in. Piss off, Waymo. Go away. Shoo. I don't need you right now. Take out your fine huzz on a date in the Waymo. I don't know. There's something like... Yeah. We're going to move past that. But that's just a thought. So the Waymo is coming. Just like all of these things moving together. And the reason it's done is to elevate this. To elevate you and your quality of life. You look at things like the Neo robot. Have you guys seen this guy? This is a cute little robot. Like, you just want to give him a little hug. And there's some perverted people who want to really give him a big hug. I think it's gender fluid. I think Neo's gender fluid. It's a robot it's like, think of it as a giant Roomba. You know, I don't have one. I don't have one. But think of it as a giant Roomba. That thing's just going to clean, like, it's essentially a robot that's going to be like your maid. It's going to be cleaning around the stuff. There's going to be some perverted people out there, and there is for sure. You know, somebody's going to come out with the AI goon, fleshlight, goonlight, flashlight, goonlight. Elon Musk, one of the innovators, maybe not Elon Musk literally, but, and I say the goonlight, but like a robot with AI, or a robot. Once you have a robot, whether it's designed by SpaceX, I don't care who designs it. Once they bring this robot, this Neo, and by the way, the technology for Neo is still like, why do you guys think they're like, all right, you guys can pre-order it, but that shit's not polished at all, by the way, if anybody's actually thinking about buying it. I don't think any of you guys are thinking about buying a Neo robot. They're like what, like 10,000 or something like that? I don't know. Anyways, there's going to be a perverted person out there who buys the Neo robot, but like the second generation of it, Or somebody's going to design this thing, their own version, and it's going to have AI incorporated into it, and you can talk to it, and it's going to sense emotion. The thing is going to sense emotion. Give me a second. Let me pause this. So, I got to settle down, man. I've got to settle down. By the way, hair's coming in again. I used to have long hair. Really hope it comes back out. Also, I've got a bald spot now. I didn't have a bald spot before, so I'm not too happy about that. I believe this is due to stress that I had at my prior job, and we can get into this later, but who cares? Because right now we're talking about the Goonbot, the robot for the people. There's so much that goes into this, boys. Like, so freaking much. A lot of points here that I wanted to get across, so sorry if they're really jam-packed into each other. I don't want to make this like a 50-minute video, because I could easily go on here and just yap about this, but trust me, we're going to get somewhere with this. So, AI Goonbot. Have you guys seen Blade Runner? Have you guys seen Blade Runner? There's this movie Blade Runner with Ryan Gosling, the guy. And in that movie, Ryan is doing his thing. He's being a dude. I actually hated Blade Runner. But essentially in that world, there's a bunch of robots and holograms and stuff. And obviously AIs, or I guess robots or whatever, the futuristic thing has taken over. And Ryan Gosling has this holographic girlfriend. He doesn't have a real wife. He doesn't have a trad wife. No trad wife. Even though he's red pill. Or based or whatever. He has the holographic hun, the huz. And there's real girls, but the real girls in this world are like, oh, dude, like, I don't, you got a real one? Come on, bro. Lock in, brother. Get a fake one. Get an AI girl. Get a holographic girl. And I think there's even like scenes where they're like, it's interesting. I know there's like some scenes. I think they do some rated stuff in that film, but I don't quite remember how that goes. I don't know how you would do stuff with a hologram. Not that it matters, but it kind of does, because I'm leading this into a different point. Excuse me. So you've got the AI Goonbot. Think of it, and once this releases, it's gonna be like some Steve Jobs level stuff, brother. Because they're gonna release. Let me rephrase this. They're gonna release the robot, but as you guys have already seen, the Neo is like 10 grand or something like that, and it's not even finished, mind you. So it's a horrible rendition. But we are starting to build the first AI-powered robots. So once they build the first, like, high-tech, whether, again, SpaceX or whoever makes it, or Elon Musk or whatever, and they make this, AI robot, everybody's going to be amazed. Like, oh, what? It's going to be all over the news. Everybody's going to be like, oh, it's finally here. But it's going to be 100K. Because frankly, I think the Neo is unrealistic. Like, yeah, it will maybe work, but I don't know. I don't have too much hopes for that. But they're going to build a really good robot for this price. Or maybe it's 20K, I don't know, whatever. Steve Jobs, an innovator, not literally Steve Jobs, but an innovator of this AI robot tech is going to come in. He's going to crush the market. He's going to make a brand new baseline right here. Think of Steve Jobs. He's going to make the Apple iPhone for AI robots. Goonbots. Goonbots, man. And, the guy knows. He's trying to make money. The guy knows. Man is perverted. Woman is perverted. So what's going to happen is they're going to start selling these things. Oh, starting price $5 grand, and that's going to be cheap. $5 grand for the Goonbot, but it's not marketed as a Goonbot. So you can buy this thing, and it has all the things. It's going to do all the activities. You can play catch with it. You can go fishing with it. You could take it on road trips. Awesome. But standard, standalone, it comes as a gender fluid robot. Somebody out there, or rather the company, is going to market it this way, but they're also going to kind of like throw it in the air at, oh my gosh, I stutter a lot. They're going to throw it in there at the end of the ad saying in fine print, oh, you can also buy genitalia for your robot. I wonder what that's going to do. You can buy or you can just put like I'm thinking about this too much. But you know what I mean? Like, you can buy genitalia. Why would I want genitalia for my robot? So you mean that I can not only use this robot to clean my room and do the stuff I don't want to do my homework, to do a task, that I feel incapable of going through with. So I'd rather make this robot do it. This AI Goonbot. They keep calling it a Goonbot. They're not. I like the idea of it just being like all black, or it could be all white. Skin color. I don't care, dude. Why is it, you guys made it into a race thing? Why did it turn into a race thing? Why? You thought of it, man. It's all good though. But like whatever color, you can change the color, customizable color. You press a button, and you can make it red or whatever, or blue. Fuck. Okay, so Goonbot just written in the back of the robot, small little letters, Goonbot, just period. That's nice. Somebody's gonna make this. But not only can you push on the things that you don't want to do onto this robot, you can push on the things your perverted. I'm not, and I say you, but I don't mean literally you. I mean like the perverts. They're gonna be able to be like, oh, clean my room, cook me dinner. Gosh, bro. Cook me dinner. And then they're gonna want alone time with the robot. I can't say this stuff on this platform for obvious reasons, but you know what I mean by that. So then they're gonna do the, they're gonna have a whole scene, and there's a lot of gooners out there, man. There's a lot of like people who gotta lock in, There's a lot of people like this. And what really concerns me with this idea is that we've already got a lonely, sad boy epidemic as it is. We are on the decline as it is when it comes to connection. And though it may be like, oh, but this is good, this is going to make people feel like they have someone. Yes. But the downside of that is isolation. It's isolation. It's indirect isolation. Because think of like things like Instagram. Oh, you can see whatever your friends are doing. That's awesome. You can text your friends. That's awesome. But are you really with your friends? Are you really shooting the stuff back and forth? Some people are, but like a good percentage of those people that are on these apps or whatever it may be are simply looking at other people's lives and they're just kind of like, it's weird. We've never had this in any of our points in history. Like everybody's their own little, telly star. Everybody's their own little actor. It's interesting. Too locked in. We're too locked in, guys. We're thinking too much. We gotta. I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta buy a piece of plywood, man. And here's mine. But AI, and it's coming for everyone. Even content creators. Like, have you seen all the AI slop? People are using AI so that they can fund, and I say fund, it's not necessarily funded. People are using AI so that they can post hundreds of, just garbage, just AI garbage. And, sorry about that, my watch. And 98% of it is exactly that. It's garbage. But I would be lying if I told you that I have not seen one banger video that is made by AI. There's thousands, hundreds, probably at this point millions of Sora AI videos. And honestly, some of them are pretty freaking funny, which concerns me. Because me being a content creator, I am able to recognize that, oh crap, this thing is crap. But it also makes some good stuff. And as long as it can figure out, and algorithms and all these things work in its favor, and as long as you can figure out how to make good stuff, then it just gets better and better. Remember that video of that AI video of Will Smith eating spaghetti? Super choppy, horrible, looks goofy. It's like, oh, come on. This is never gonna work. But fast forward till now, dude, you ask AI to do the same thing and it'll come out with a pretty damn borderline accurate Will Smith eating spaghetti video. Not only that, you can ask him to slap one of the background characters and he'll do it. The thing about the background characters in the videos is that their faces come out blurred, there's little things that it still needs to fine tune and tweak up and adjust. But it's getting there, boys. How do you stop it? You don't have to worry about stopping it, brother. Don't worry about what are you gonna do. Like you're not gonna stay in the position you are right now for the rest of your life. And if you feel like you are, trust me, you're not, man. You've got so much more that you're gonna push out. Heck, I've got a lot more that I'm gonna push out, brother. I'm excited because you know what AI won't be able to replicate? My autism. Creativity. Kanye is always talking about this, man. I don't take the pills. Branching out way too far here, but Kanye's like, oh, dude, and like, I don't know. They put him on like some weird like depression medication or whatever. He says that it doesn't really help him, and it just kind of like makes him gray. And I believe that though AI can make great things, and though AI will make a lot of quality of life improvements, and they will raise the bar of quality of life from here to like here. Yes, it's innovation, and it is technology of the future, and we are headed towards the future, so we will see it inevitably. But every single one of us is uniquely us. Heck, all these little AI boys, until they become like fully sentient, they won't have any uniqueness to them. You seen any of those Waymos, bro? They're all white. Haven't seen a black one. Haven't seen a black Waymo. They're gonna drop black Waymo soon. I'm sure that's gonna be a thing also. Why are they all white, man? That's part of life, brothers. Don't resist. Create. Innovate. Use AI. I'm not telling you to not use it, but use it for good. Don't do it for immoral things. There's a lot of immorality in this world. Lots of it. Tons of it. You guys are better than this? No. You guys are better than that. I hope you guys are enjoying these rants, man. Yes. I've got another video, the last video, where I pretty much just explained what this channel was about. And if you don't want to watch that, essentially this channel is just where I yap. I go into these deep talks. I have another channel, which I'll link below in the description. You can feel free to go look at the videos over there. We actually do stuff, you know, car stuff and whatever, but no AI, man. Actually, I made an AI video. Crap, what am I talking about? Yeah, check out that channel for AI videos, maybe, whatever. Yeah. Golly, dude, I'm freaking awkward. Oh my gosh. Alright, brother. You guys can click off now, man. You guys gotta go, dude. You guys gotta go. Get out of here, brother. See you. Later. Okay, seriously, I'll check you later. No, you're still here. Alright. I'll check you later. No. Okay, I'll check you later. Deuces.